Imagine waking up on a Sunday morning with the smell of fresh coffee filling your home, but feeling tight in your chest, as if something invisible was there, waiting for you to get up. Has this ever happened to you? Well, you're not alone. Anxiety, that unwelcome visitor, has taken up residence in the routines of many people over 60. And here's the funny thing. It doesn't even ask permission. It sneaks in, and before you know it, it's already messing with your mood, sleep, and even your desire to talk. But what if I told you that there are simple, almost invisible details that can change this story? Today, you'll discover how small gestures that fit in the palm of your hand or in the corner of the living room can ease the weight of anxiety. And, more importantly, how these details can help you sleep better, wake up without that tension in your shoulders, and even enjoy receiving guests again. You don't need a miracle recipe or the patience of Job. The secret is to recapture feelings of comfort using elements as accessible as a well-prepared chamomile tea. This topic is crucial for those who are over 60 because anxiety is often seen as an inevitable part of aging. But it doesn't have to be that way. As we accumulate stories, we also collect worries, health, family, good memories, and others that are not so good. All of this weighs on us, like that old closet that we insist on not emptying. Did you know that more than 70% of seniors report symptoms of anxiety? That's right, 7 out of 10. It's as if, at a family party, almost everyone was there, smiling, but with their hearts beating faster than normal. Take a deep breath. This information may be scary, but that's exactly why we need to talk about real solutions. Remember when all you had to do was open the window and smell the garden and the day would seem better? Or when a simple lavender flower on your pillow could change the whole night? Well, that's our main analogy. Preparing the environment for well-being is as important as tidying up the house for a special guest. And between us, how many times have you swept the floor just because you knew someone dear was coming to see you? Today, we're going to show you how to turn this tidying up the house into a ritual against anxiety. And the best part, with touches of nostalgia, good humor, and practical solutions that anyone can adopt. Are you ready to rediscover that wonderful feeling of a tidy house, a light heart, and a peaceful mind? Let's go, because the visit that matters now is your well-being. The smell of coffee still hung in the air, but now the focus turned to Miguel. He was always the type to wake up early, even when he didn't need to. The problem was that for the past few months, sleep seemed to hide from him like a child playing hide and seek. I went to bed early, adjusted my pillow, but my thoughts insisted on lining up, each one more chatty than the last. One of those early mornings, while the house was asleep, Miguel found himself counting the seconds until the clock struck 6 in the morning. The silence was great, but the racing heart made enough noise to wake the cat. It was at these times that he felt the weight of anxiety. It wasn't just concern about the future, no. It was a slight tightness in the chest, a feeling that something was going to happen, even without a reason. The hands, which had previously been steady in holding the sugar spoon, were shaking a little. Even the taste of the coffee seemed different, more bitter, perhaps from nervousness, perhaps from lack of rest. Anxiety, for Miguel, was not just a word. It was an insistent companion, the kind that doesn't ask permission to enter. Have you ever felt this way? Waking up tired, as if you spent the whole night trying to solve a never-ending puzzle. For many over 60s, this is more common than you might think. Recent studies show that more than 40% of older adults have difficulty sleeping because of anxiety. And it's not just sleep that suffers. The disposition disappears, the mood changes, even that walk in the square stops being interesting. The body feels it, the mind complains, and the routine becomes heavy. Many people believe that anxiety is a part of aging, like gray hair or reading glasses. But is that really true? Isn't it strange to accept discomfort as if it were a gift of time? How about stopping for a moment and thinking, when was the last time you felt truly rested? Or when a laugh came easy, without the worry lurking around? Miguel fondly remembered when waking up early was a joke. He said he would wake up before the bread came out of the oven and laugh to himself. Now I missed that light humor, that spontaneous joy. Will it be possible to find that feeling again? The next step may surprise even the most skeptical. Have you ever heard that story that anxiety, after a certain age, is just lack of things to do? This idea is circulating a lot, but it couldn't be further from reality. Anxiety in old age is not the result of boredom or idleness. In fact, even people with busy routines, like Vera, who participates in the dance group and takes care of the plants, feel anxiety. The brain, after 60, goes through natural changes, which influence emotions and thoughts. In other words, it is not a question of filling time, but of understanding how body and mind work together. One simple fact: studies show that around 20% of older adults report symptoms of anxiety, regardless of how active they are. Think of it like a kettle. It doesn't matter if it's full or empty. If the fire is on, it whistles. The important thing is to know how to control the fire and not just look at what's inside. Many are surprised to discover that anxiety is for weak people. This belief, in addition to being unfair, drives away support and understanding. Anxiety is a natural response of the body, linked to the autonomic nervous system, which is nothing more than the body's autopilot, responsible for heartbeats, breathing, and even that butterflies in the stomach feeling. It is not a sign of weakness, but a protective mechanism that sometimes goes too far. An example: Miguel was always strong. He worked his whole life, but over time, he realized that some days were simply more difficult for no apparent reason. This does not diminish his courage or his story. How many times have you felt something similar and thought it was just nonsense? Share in the comments if you've ever been through something like this. Your experience might help someone listening right now. Now, a moment to take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine, what would it be like if, instead of fighting anxiety, you learned to live with it, adjusting small details in your daily life, like when you change the light bulb in the living room or move the coffee to get more sunlight? If you're enjoying this conversation, take advantage and subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and, of course, tell us below how you deal with these challenges in your daily life. Your participation makes all the difference. In the next block, we will dive into practical solutions, the kind that fit in your pocket and your heart. Ready to try it out? What if you tried to transform that ordinary afternoon moment into a special ritual to calm your mind? A simple but powerful solution is to incorporate chamomile tea into your routine. Simply boil 250 milliliters of water, add a tablespoon of dried chamomile flowers, cover, and let it infuse for 5 minutes. Strain, wait for it to cool, and enjoy the soft aroma before taking your first sip. The calming effect of chamomile goes beyond taste. It reduces muscle tension and encourages the body to slow down, especially useful for those who feel more anxious at the end of the day. For those who like a different touch, adding a thin slice of apple to the infusion enhances the flavor and brings back memories of childhood desserts. During breakfast, many people have discovered an unexpected ally: natural yogurt with pumpkin seeds. In addition to providing crunchiness and flavor, the seeds are rich in magnesium, a mineral that helps regulate mood and promote relaxation. To put this into practice, separate a pot of natural yogurt, Add 2 tablespoons of lightly toasted seeds and mix. The result is not only satisfying, but also provides energy without the nervousness that comes from excess sugar. Here's a tip. Roast the seeds for 5 minutes on low heat with a pinch of salt. The aroma becomes irresistible and even reminds you of popcorn, awakening smiles and good memories early in the morning. Contrary to what many people think, adapting the environment does not require major renovations. A small change, such as placing a lavender cushion near the armchair, creates a peaceful corner. The natural aroma stimulates the brain to release relaxing substances, making reading the newspaper or an afternoon nap even more restorative. If you want to try it, just fill a cloth bag with 2 tablespoons of dried lavender flowers and close it tightly. Place it within reach and feel the difference in the first few days. By the way, have you ever stopped to think about how small changes can transform your day? Meet Sophia, who used to feel that tightness in her chest first thing in the morning. After trying chamomile tea when she woke up, she felt the warmth of the cup in her hands and noticed her heart slowing down. Anxiety gave way to tranquility, and she even joked, "Adopting new habits is like learning how to use a new cell phone, only much more enjoyable." Share in the comments, what small gesture makes a difference in your day? In addition to the rituals already mentioned, there are other simple solutions that fit easily into everyday life. One of them is the practice of conscious breathing, something that our grandparents already did without calling it a technique. Sitting on the porch, closing your eyes for a moment, breathing in slowly through your nose, feeling the fresh air coming in, and, as you exhale, imagining the anxiety going away with the breath. Spend 3 minutes doing this whenever your chest feels tight. It may not seem like much, but repeated daily, this moment becomes a personal refuge, almost like the smell of bread coming out of your mother's oven. Who has never anxiously awaited this aroma as a child? Another valuable and tasty resource is the mini recipe for golden milk, a traditional Indian drink adapted for old age. Heat a cup of milk, can be vegetable milk. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, a dash of honey, and, if you like, a little nutmeg. Mix well until golden and fragrant. Drink before bed. In addition to being comforting, this preparation helps to relax muscles and improve sleep, thanks to the natural properties of the ingredients. In Sophia's case, after introducing golden milk at night and creating the habit of conscious breathing in the morning, she noticed concrete changes. She began to sleep better, waking up with more energy and fewer anxious thoughts. Even the mood changed. One day, while preparing golden milk for her husband, the two ended up laughing together at his clumsy attempts to draw hearts in the foam. The aroma of turmeric, mixed with laughter, created a new emotional ritual. The grandson, when visiting, commented, "Grandma, the house smells like hugs." Of course, it's not always easy to stick to new habits. Sometimes we feel lazy or forget. The secret is to start small. Leave a colorful note on the fridge or arrange with a family member to do it together. Didn't make it today? Tomorrow is another day. The important thing is to persist without guilt. These practices, in addition to being simple, rescue the wisdom of those who have lived a long time, valuing time, aromas, small encounters. See how a cup of tea, a cup of golden milk, or a deep breath can transform an entire day. If you identify with this, how about giving it a try? Tell us in the comments what worked for you. Subscribe, activate the bell, and share with those who deserve this care. This week's challenge: choose a ritual and do it for 7 days. Write down how you feel and share your experience. In the next videos, we will bring you new tips for your health and well-being. Now, take a deep breath, smile, and remember, anxiety is just a passing cloud. The sky of life remains blue beyond it.